I went to edit some of this footage and I realized I never did an intro for this video. So hello, I'm Bailey. Welcome to my channel. If you didn't know, I am attempting to read 30 books in 30 days in the month of April. And so this is my first 5 days and I hope you enjoy it. Good morning, happy Thursday. I am getting ready to head to work for the day, but I did just want to pop in and say for day 1 of my 30 books in 30 days, I'm going to be starting The Warlord Wants Forever by Kresley Cole. It is like the prequel, so it's only like a 150-page book, I think, but I've read up to book 6 and now I'm going back to read this prequel, so I do know the characters that are in this, but I'm hoping it's a quick one for today. I am home now and I've been reading a little bit. I'm at like page 60 and I just think because this is a 0.5 novella and so I've read the first through 6 and this is 0.5. I went back to it. I think I already said that this morning, but I don't think that the 0.5 novella or book 1 are like the best romances to start with in this series. I think you really have to push through to a couple of the following ones to know if you're gonna enjoy the series as a whole or not. I feel like every time I talk about this series, I don't really know how I'm feeling about it. So yeah, but I had a pretty big lunch today. So I think for supper tonight, I'm just gonna make myself a little bit of dessert and then sit down and keep reading. I already ate one, so the plate is a mess, but this is my favorite, just like stuff I always have at home dessert. And it's basically just cinnamon sugar bread that I roll up and then put cream cheese in it and put it in the oven. So loving that tonight. I did just finish The Warlord Wants Forever by Kresley Cole in the bathtub. So I have officially finished my first book on day 1. I did end up giving that 2 stars. I just think there wasn't much to it. It is like novella length, so there wasn't much to it. It was really smutty, not much plot. I do think that just reading one book in the series while they're written as they could be standalones is confusing in terms of what's actually happening in the world. But it was what it was. Like, as a 2-star, it's definitely not something I disliked. It's just not really worthy of much more than that in my eyes, I guess. But the next thing I'm going to be starting is Well Met by Jen DeLuca. This is like actually a full-length novel. I just looked, this is 316 pages. And all I really know about this is that it's like a rom-com enemies to lovers. I have been struggling a little bit with enemies to lovers lately, so I'll be interested what I think about this, but I don't know really anything else about the plot. I will update you probably tomorrow. It is a little after 8 now, so I'm probably gonna crawl into bed, read as much of this as I can before I get way too tired, and then check in tomorrow. I do have tomorrow off. It's Good Friday, and I'm actually doing some reading sprints on my channel for like what would be my work day. So I'm doing reading sprints on my channel from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. so I should be able to get a lot done by then. I'm not sure I want to show you yet the next book I'm going to continue with. I think it's fun to show you as I get to them, but let me know what you think of that, I guess, and I will talk to you again in the morning. I am on my live sprints now. It's like 10 a.m. but I am getting through Well Met. I'm like 100 pages in and I'm enjoying it so far. It is like very light. The romance isn't really into play yet. It's just like a light, fun thing so far. And it is revolved around like a Renaissance fair, which is interesting. And my hometown actually like hosted a Renaissance fair. So I do know a little bit more about it than I think some people might. But yeah, I'm curious where the romance is gonna go. It's definitely not really enemies to lovers. It's more like a dislike situation, I guess. Quick update because I have dinner plans and I have to go, but I am done with my sprints for the day. It is like 5 o'clock now. I didn't quite finish this in my sprints, but I have finished it since, and I ended up giving this like a low 4 stars. I had a really enjoyable day reading this. I don't think it's probably going to be very memorable, but it was a fun, just like rom-com type book, and I will definitely read more by this author again. And I do love the mint cover, and I think this is going to look cute on my shelves, so that's always a plus as well. So I'm gonna go have dinner and then probably come back and start my next book tonight. I'm miserably full, but that's my own fault. And so now I'm laying down in bed and I'm going to start reading The Sun Will Come Out by Joanne Levy. This is what the cover looks like. You can't really see that. But I have an arc of it from NetGalley, and so my understanding of this book is it's a middle grade about this girl going to summer camp. Her friend was supposed to go with her and ends up not being able to go, and so like she's apparently like really shy, so she's nervous, and I think there's some like bullies and stuff. And yeah, it sounds good. I have no idea how long it is. Like Goodreads doesn't say how long it is, and like arcs usually don't. It'll just give you a percentage, so this could be a really fast thing. I have no idea. Good morning and happy Saturday. I did end up this morning finishing The Sun Will Come Out by Joanne Levy, and I do think it was probably like close to a 200-page middle grade. It took me about 2.5 to 3 hours to finish, and it was just okay. I ended up giving it 3 stars. I do think it was a cute like summer camp vibes book. There was just a couple things that I didn't really like with the plot. Mostly that for the age range, it was like a huge plot point that she had a crush on her best friend's brother. And just like the amount of talk about kissing and just how much it focused around that, I wasn't a huge fan of. I did like that it talked a lot about like getting your first period and like a lot about just friendships and mending friendships kind of. So yeah, it was a pretty good read. Like I said, there was just a couple things that didn't really work for me. I don't think that this would be anyone's like 5-star thing, but it was good enough. But now I am starting actually Untamed by Glennon Doyle. This was actually a gift from my sister for Christmas, and she also bought my stepmom a copy, so we're both going to be reading this today, which should be fun. I think it's like a memoir. I'm not really sure what it's about either. I'm terrible. I never know what books are about before I start. But that's my plan for today. It is like almost 2 o'clock already now. I started packing for our trip, so I just kind of got sucked into that this morning as well. I made lunch, like I actually cooked, so that's where my day has gone so far. I'm enjoying hanging out with the windows open today, but I am like 100 pages into Untamed, and I'm really loving this so far. I've tabbed like quite a few things already, and I'm basically tabbing like commentary on society, and then things I think are funny. There's a couple things I thought were really funny, and then just like kind of inspirational quotes. And yeah, it's really good so far. It is a memoir, but I'm gonna wait to describe it till I'm done because I'm not sure really where it's going, but it has a lot to do with like doing what you want and not giving in to like societal pressures basically. It is now like noon on Sunday. To be honest, I did this morning just kind of sit and like play games on my iPad, which was fine. That's what I spent my morning doing. But I did just now finish Untamed. I left a little bit of this left last night when I was getting tired and I wanted to be paying attention to it. But I did end up giving this 4 stars. It is like in my mind kind of feels 5-star worthy, but I can admit that there were some parts of this that I didn't enjoy as much as others, and then also just a couple faults. I really love the message of it, and I think it's funny that my sister gave this to me because I think it's something my sister would actually enjoy a lot. And like I said, it's essentially about not giving in to societal pressures and following what like in your heart you know is right for yourself, and not letting other people influence your gut instinct basically about your like life path kind of. I think one of the major faults of this is just that this new way that Glennon, the author, is living is kind of framed like you're getting it as like an Instagram life. It does feel like it's too perfect, and this is not the whole truth, that how she was living before was so wrong, but now it just all seems so obvious. But I do think that it felt a lot more approachable than most like self-help type things. I've like DNF'd and disliked a lot of popular self-help things, including like the Girl Wash Your Face book and then You Are a Badass. I've read both of those. I guess I DNF'd Girl Wash Your Face, but this I think is something I would much more push towards people and recommend to people. So like I said, I gave this probably like a high 4 stars and really enjoyed it. But yeah, I am now excited to start my last book for the first vlog, which is going to be No Exit by Taylor Adams. I can see it across the room, but I'm not going to go grab it. You'll see it in probably the next clips, but I do today. It is Easter. We are doing dinner with my family, so I need to like get ready. We also leave on Tuesday to go out of town, so I need to film a video and edit 2 videos to be ready to go up while we're gone, so that'll be a kind of a fun afternoon. And then hopefully tonight I'll get quite a ways through No Exit. It is Monday night and day 5, so I need to finish my 5th book tonight, and we also leave tomorrow, so I really need to sit down and finish this. I am about halfway through, and my thoughts so far are that I didn't realize that Taylor Adams was a man when I looked at like the back dust jacket. So there's that. Also, this is set basically in a snowstorm, and our main character is trying to drive somewhere. It ends up she can't like get where she needs to go, so she stops at a rest area for the night, and soon after getting there she realizes that one of the other people at the rest area has a child locked in their vehicle. And I did hear from other reviews and other people talking about this book that you basically know from the start who it is. And I thought it was going to be more of like an assumed, you could guess easily who it was, but no, you straight up know whose vehicle it is that the girl's in. And the whole like scary factor is the fact of our main character is trying to like survive the night, trying to save the child in the vehicle, and also like get away from this person who is clearly a lunatic and has a child locked in their car. So it is pretty suspenseful, and it's pretty fast so far. So I'm hoping it'll be quick so that I can finish packing and do what I need to do for the rest of the evening. I successfully finished everything I needed to tonight, and I ended up giving No Exit 5 stars. It was absolutely amazing. I think what sets this apart is just the pacing of this book. Also, this was like the perfect isolated setting thriller that I feel like I'm always looking for. I feel like so many isolated setting thrillers don't follow through and don't give me what I'm looking for, and this one definitely did. This is gorier than I thought it was going to be, but like I said, the pacing in that book was so good. Just when you start to be like, where can this possibly go, there's another twist or something's revealed, and it was fun all the way throughout. It is very anxiety inducing. The whole time I was literally scared, didn't know how it was possible to get out of this situation, and it was really good. I don't know how else to describe it. But that is the conclusion of my first vlog for my 30 books in 30 days. All I've proven so far is that I can read 5 books in 5 days. Now I just need to do it 5 more times in a row. So I will see you in the next installment of these vlogs. I will be out of town for the entirety of the next vlog, so I feel like the next week is gonna be one of the hardest ones for me. But I hope you're enjoying this. Leave me some encouragement down below, and thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.